But Arsenal still needed Leeds to crack, an unlikely prospect as they face lowly West Brom at Elland Road.
Bad one from Jack Charlton. Astle to Suggett. Brown going like a train in the middle. This is Brown. And a goal. Tony Brown. Hunter. Pass intercepted, but Suggett is offside. The referee waving him on. Brown is going straight through, taking on Sprake. And the goal by Astle, and Leeds will go mad. And they've every right to go mad, because everybody stopped with the linesman flag. Leeds have every justification for going mad, although one must add that they played to the linesman and not to the whistle. But you can understand the feelings of these Leeds players. Don Revie on the pitch, the linesman going to talk to the referee. Don Revie, a sickened man. Look at him looking up to the heavens in disgust. So many fans on the field being taken off, and more police on than players. But when all is said and done, the goal is going to stand. And that is going to be a decision, or a non-decision, which will be talked about for years.
When everybody started running about him, I mean, I turned to the gaffer once and I says to him, you know, this fella's going to have a heart attack on us here, you know, if we don't watch it, because there was so many people hustling and bustling on at a time. And there's a lot of people who never forgiven the chap for it. I thought it was a mistake, and he made his mistake, and you've just got to live with it.
Leeds, so long the media outcasts, were crucified by the press, who accused the players of inciting the riot. The FA later ordered Elland Road closed for the first 6 games of the following season. It was just the break Arsenal needed. Top since August, Leeds had lost the initiative at the worst possible moment. And with 1 game to go, Arsenal went to Tottenham, where victory would clinch the championship.
I've never seen so many crowds before a league match in my life, and I played for 19 years. And there was possibly 40 to 50,000 people locked outside that ground that night. And I remember my wife being just very near the Tottenham ground, and we were in the bus, and I seen her, and it was heaving, the crowd on the side, and I grabbed her on the bus, and we get into the ground.
The thousands outside the stadium joined the celebrations as Ray Kennedy headed the winner 10 minutes from time. Arsenal were now 1 game away from the double. Their 50-year-old manager, Bertie Mee, was the inspiration behind Arsenal Football Club.
When no one else can understand me.
But while Bertie was the public face of Arsenal, first team coach Don Howe was the technical wizard.
You give me hope and consolation.
Over, John.
You give me strength.
Good ball.
Mee had never kicked a ball in anger in his life and was surprisingly promoted from club physio to manager 4 years earlier.
Why did they invite you?
Well, that's rather an embarrassing question to ask. Presumably they liked the shape of my nose, or they'd heard something of my reputation.
We've talked about last week's game, and, you know, that's history as far as we're concerned.
Mee had a reputation as a straight talker, and the players appreciated his honesty. They also appreciated that in Don Howe they had one of English football's shrewdest coaches.
Bertie Mee was a great organiser, very disciplined guy, wasn't great in tactics or in coaching, but he knew that Don was, and he allowed Don to get on with that, and he did all the organisation, kept the discipline extremely tight in our club. And no matter how hard Don trained us, and he trained us extremely hard, as soon as Bertie walked on the scene, we even stepped up the tempo again. It was a very disciplined, tightly run ship, and it was a lot of it was down to both of them for different reasons.
And so they march onto the pitch for the 90th FA Cup final, and listen to the reception they get. Arsenal on the left, Liverpool on the right, Bertie Mee leading Arsenal. Bill Shankly leads Liverpool. Behind them the 2 captains, Frank McClintock of Arsenal, Tommy Smith of Liverpool, first and second in the Football Writers' Player of the Year award.
With temperatures soaring into the 90s, the final was an exhausting experience.
Armstrong. 6 minutes left. Kennedy. Graham. And Hughes has gone down, writhing in agony obviously with cramp, I would think.
0-0 after 90 minutes, the final went into extra time.
Personally, I was absolutely knackered in the game. I couldn't pick my legs up. It was boiling hot, and we wore these jerseys. They were brand fire new jerseys, and they were so heavy. You couldn't breathe through them. And I felt absolutely shattered in that game.
Simpson. Lloyd. Hughes to Thompson. Highway. Oh, he scored! Highway's done it! 1 minute of extra time, and Highway sold the dummy to Buck Wilson. George to Kennedy. Radford. Oh, it's going to be the equaliser! Yes, by Graham! And Liverpool relax. What a terrible, terrible mistake. Shot. 6 minutes and George Graham has just turned somersaults. Arsenal have done the double, and Mr. Burtonshaw even collapsed at the end. Tommy Smith the first to congratulate him. It's a tremendous feat by Arsenal after a fantastic cup final. Frank McClintock must have thought that for the 5th time he was going to be beaten. But it all came good in the end. And no wonder this great Scottish international is overcome.
Bob Wilson says, don't rush up and pick up the cup, savour it. I was so tired I could hardly get up those steps. I was absolutely gone. The Monday night, I felt everything I should feel. It was so emotional but great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But the cup final went right over my head. I was seeing supporters' eyes and how unbelievable they felt, and I was smiling with them, but I was empty inside. I was a shell. I think I maybe just took too much out of myself.
And so Frank McClintock takes the FA Cup from the Duke of Kent. On Monday he took the League Championship trophy. Dr. Andrew Stephen congratulates him. A handshake from the Liverpool chairman. And so yet another trophy goes Arsenal's way.
So 10 years after their rivals Tottenham, Arsenal became only the second team this century to pull off the elusive double. In Europe, Chelsea won through to the Cup Winners' Cup final, where they faced mighty Real Madrid.
Number 8, Baldwin. Osgood. And he scored! Osgood has done it! So, London has won the League Championship, the FA Cup, and now the European Cup Winners' Cup.
And Leeds salvaged something from another season of bad breaks and divine retribution to beat Italian giants Juventus in the Fairs Cup. Billy Bremner gratefully accepted the trophy, but the rumblings were about what could or should have been.